Now, sometimes, when you post a picture of somebody, if you're just, flying fast, you don't really realize who you're looking at, and you just post something, anything, right? So, fans of the rapper Nicki Minaj are mad at Sia, and even started the hashtag Sia is over party, because, it's that easy to try to cancel people. So, someone asked Sia if she would collaborate with Nicki Minaj, and the tweet included a photo of Nicki Minaj. So, I guess not really looking at the name, she, replied, "I love Cardi B." And Nicki fans were upset and brought up how the two rappers were once in a beef, but Sia started to think that they was accusing her of drumming up a feud. She's like, yo, I don't give two craps about feuds. George Floyd was murdered. Breonna Taylor murdered. Come on, let's rise in unity. You think I am Cardi B and Nicki is so petty that they would want you focusing on a silly food instead of real news? So, she realized she mixed up the photos, and she was like, my bad, Nicki Minaj. She also tweeted, hey, Cardi B, hey, Nicki. Are you thinking about a feud right now? We're focused on the problem of systematic racism. Bam. So, shout out to Sia.
Nicki's thinking about her baby.
Who has two black sons she adopted?
That girl is pregnant.
Oh, you talking about Nicki? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that girl is pregnant. You seen them other pictures that came out?
Well, she's definitely
she hasn't announced it.
No, nah, not officially. She probably won't announce it she'll probably deny until she's actually in the delivery room. And then she might deny a little bit more.
From them boobs. I told y'all, them boobs was too plump.
They got a little thick out of nowhere. And I'm like a Nicki Minaj boobiologist, and they was definitely full moon. Full moon.
Boobiologist.
They were.
I love the wordplay, bro.
Thank you so much. They was definitely at full moon. Making cats turning the wolves out in these streets. Anyway, let's talk about Killer Mike and T.I., man. They're definitely back in activist mode. Just if you missed it earlier, 27-year-old Rayshard Brooks was shot in the back and killed by an Atlanta police officer after he was initially found asleep in a Wendy's drive-thru. And the saddest part about this, how many of y'all ever been twisted or faded to the point where you're just like, hey, I'm going to pull over somewhere and I'm going to sleep this off?
Yeah.
It happens, right? So anyway, this thing should have never happened. And he took to Instagram and said, Rayshard Brooks should be alive this morning. He should be waking up hungover or drunk in the tank, depending on whether or not he was apprehended, and not dead. And he's right. And he continued to say, if I'm a Wendy's worker who called the police, I feel like crap this morning because a call for a man sleeping in the car should not have ended with his killing. And if I were the child in one of the cars, I'm scared, out of anybody in uniform. I'm mad as hell and I'm saddened beyond consolation. At a minimum, we need a new law to prevent shooting a person while they're fleeing. If there is no weapon, fleeing from an officer should be a foot chase and a radio race. And he's absolutely right. You got the man car, you got his information. Right. The brother left his phone behind.
He lay down the street.
Yeah, God forbid. Okay, granted, he snatched his taser, but he wasn't trying to tase you with it. He took your taser so you would tase him more.
Save himself. Yeah,
exactly.
I would have snatched the gun first. That's because y'all the ones they be shooting. Obviously, if he could have tried to snatch the gun, he would have did that too. It ain't to shoot you; it's to live.
Yeah, you gotta be really skilled to shoot a man with a taser, while you're running away from the man that you're trying to get. It's just a lot going on there. But, T.I. took it to the streets to talk to the protesters and whatnot, and everybody out there is just trying to keep everything calm. Guess what? The Wendy's is gone, but guess what? They'll build another Wendy's. And, and sometimes, you know what? You have to rip the Band-Aid off and let it bleed out just so people can understand why these things continue to happen. What happened to Rayshard Brooks is not cool. The situation the other day with 24-year-old Robert Fuller, the black man found hanging from a tree. We don't hang ourselves from trees, okay? Let's start with that. And there has been multiple situations where they've been finding bodies, hanging from trees, and they're ruling it out as a suicide. And no, there's more to it than that.
How do you hang yourself from a tree? Come on.
You don't.
Exactly.
Especially us.
Exactly.
Because that signifies something different. If we're gonna kill ourselves, we're not gonna hang ourselves from a tree. We're just not. And we need to look into these cases, man. So, anyway, that's it for me. For other stories I'm following, Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud, HEADKRACK.
We are the Morning Hustle.